Are you ready to take your investment game to the next level? Introducing Digital Investor, your ultimate guide to mastering the digital marketplace. Whether you're a seasoned pro or just starting out, Digital Investor brings you cutting-edge game theoretical strategies, expert insights, and real-time tips and tactics to analyze, evaluate, invest, and grow your wealth. Don't miss out on the digital revolution. Visit www.nickblacknext.com and start your journey with Digital Investor today.
Brandon! Hi, buddy.
Not a lot.
So
Let's just let the music run. Let's go.
yeah, I got all sorts. I found all sorts of cool stuff.
Good.
Okay.
I need 8 minutes.
You need 8 minutes?
Yeah, we're gonna take 8 minutes on this.
Oh,
This is important. And
okay.
only because I can't sleep at night. I'm like, I have like a lot of anxiety over this stuff, and so I got to get this out there. So
Let's
this
get
is
to
like
it.
really, this is important. Okay. First things first, we got what, 133 people, probably more rolling in here. All right, we got to do this. This is super important. In the chat, we're gonna go write two words. And until I see 10 of them, I'm not gonna like say another word. We're gonna write "go slow" in the chat. Go slow.
Mhm.
That's it. Go slow.
Go slow.
We're just gonna wait for it because this is super important, and I gotta hear this because I have been like, you can ask my wife. Like, I didn't sleep very well last night. Like, this is like really hard for me, and so to watch this stuff happen is really hard. Okay, good job. Okay, so over the last week, 3 times this has happened now. 3 times, which is like way too much for this to happen. If you are on Telegram, Telegram is a piece of crap garbage app that sucks beyond anything in this world. But it's like one of those necessary evils. You have to use it for communication sometimes, right? Crypto scams happen on Telegram
All the time.
So much. And it is what it is, you know, like you get in there for information, but crypto scams happen on Telegram. Now, if there's one thing that we've preached over and over again, it's don't give your seed phrase out to anybody. Okay,
Ever.
so I'm going to give you a specific story and then 2 examples. One story, somebody was in the hypercycle chat. We're a little bit confused on and I'm going to tell you the story because this is exactly what happens. Now on Discord, it's a lot safer because you can block people. You can block being able to accept messages, which I think is great. On Telegram, you can't do that unless you pay for their service. And it's easier to impersonate people on Telegram than on Discord. So Discord's a little bit safer, but still there's links on Discord that are a problem too. But what happened, this person went into the hypercycle chat. They said, hey, I'm having trouble creating a node factory. Can somebody help me? And somebody who was a hypercycle admin reached out to them and said, hey, go to this site. We'll help you walk through it. And once he got to that site, it was a cloned site. And the first step was a little bit weird. He said they were requiring me to enter my seed phrase. So I entered it in and boom, and this sucks because this person did not lose a small amount either. This is like a big amount, which kind of sucks. And it makes me sad. This is the 3rd time this has happened this week. Now, I have to tell you these stories so you guys understand how real this is. Do not give anybody who's impersonating hypercycle admins, be very aware they're probably not an admin. And even if they are, who gives a crap? Even if it's somebody impersonating me, I don't type in those chats very much because then I don't want scammers to see that I'm helping and then they'll impersonate my profile. So I don't say very much in those chats at all, right? And so don't ever email me and then double check, think it through. Will I ask you for a seed phrase? No. Will any site we create ask you for a seed phrase? No. Okay. Everything should remain in your control. Like even when I screen share with people, I tell you, I'm like, hey, don't show me anything. Like, you don't need to show me anything. Like, I'm very transparent. And like, you know you can tell the personalities of who's talking. You can tell if something's a little off. Okay. So be very, very careful. This is very, very important. I cannot do anything once those funds are taken. Like, they're gone. I can watch the wallets sell those funds so quick it's not even funny. And then they mix them through a mixer and the ETH is gone. Like, there's like nothing we can do. And so it's so sad and frustrating, especially if your seed phrase is gone. They have your seed phrase. They can do anything with your wallet. Now, it can be worse. Last night, somebody who's been in the crypto space a long, long time, they were having a party in Las Vegas, and I think something happened, maybe even on a personal level, to where they got their seed phrase and literally they go into their wallet and it's still like going on. Like, they're still unstaking stuff right now and like just dumping it on the market. But look what got taken. They got like all their M1 serums, which are 2 and 3 ETH each. 37 times 2 ETH, do the math on that. 3 times 2 ETH, 3 times 2 ETH, 2 times 3 ETH. And then obviously, I know that the NFT phase isn't something that you guys are into, but these are all worth 2 to 3 ETH each. And then if you go further, they took like a bunch of Bored Apes, which are still worth 10 to 13 ETH each. And then a gold Bored Ape, which is 50 ETH or whatever it is, gone. Like, this stuff is real, and it happens to even people who have been in the space a long time if you're not very careful with what you're doing. So I just really want you guys to understand, to be so careful and be vigilant. You don't have to, and if anything, and the reason that I told you guys to go slow, I think what it would have safeguarded a lot of this is if you take a minute to think about what you're doing. You can take an hour. Be like, oh, this site looks a little weird. Let me think about it. Let me process what's happening right here. Don't just go right in, click, just because you think you need to be in a hurry to create a node factory or get something done or a transaction done. So what if a stock, if a token moves 20%, you missed out on 20% gains. Who cares, right? Your whole portfolio is not drained. So I gotta be very clear about this. This has given me a lot of anxiety. And so it's like really hard for me when people email me and say, you know what, I got taken advantage of, and it like hurts my feelings because obviously I don't want anything to happen to anybody. It sucks.
Now I'm going to give you the other side of that. You fucking deserve it. It sucks to hear it, but you fucking deserve to lose all your money if at this point you are that negligent. You shouldn't be in crypto. You shouldn't leave your house without an oxygen machine, a wheelchair, someone pushing you, and fucking armed guards. Like, common sense time. And there is no excuse ever. I mean, ever. You sign up for an account at Coinbase. That's the first thing it tells you. Right? If you expose your seed phrase, your passwords, you deserve what you get. Right? You don't deserve to be stolen from, but you deserve what comes from that, because that is incredibly, extremely negligent. And you shouldn't be in the crypto space anyway. Like, I get your sentiment, Brandon. It sucks. But I'll bet you money it wasn't anybody in our community. But it wasn't any digital investors.
I don't know if I'd make that bet if I were you.
Well, if it was, save the $100 a month.
Yeah.
You don't need to be watching our shit. You need to be getting the fuck out of crypto and uninvesting in everything in your life.
That's the thing, is it shouldn't have been anybody in our community. I feel like we're pretty vigilant in saying these things. It's very frustrating. That's what hurts me the most. And it's like, anyway.
It doesn't hurt me, man. Bullets find walls. There's the fog of war. Finance is a kind of war too. If you make money, someone else is trying to steal it. Period. All the time. It is what it is. Raise your hand if someone stole $1 million from you last year. It is what it is. If you trust individuals, you'll get jacked. On the other side of it, if you build good software, then you can protect against a lot of these things.
These are learning moments too at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
a lot of the stuff we built, Brandon and his team have built at Node Market are because of bad situations that arise. But bad situations will arise. If I'm going to lose money, I want it to be because I fat thumbed a trade. right? Like, oh, my thumb was on the thing. That it's not going to be any other reason. I almost had a decimal error yesterday.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
I entered something. I did. For some reason, there was a decimal. I did instead of 2.24, I did .24.
Oh, you almost liquidated your it was optimism.
I almost sold some optimism. But I also go slow and I reread every trade. And even before I got to the confirmation thing, I was like, wait a minute. Why is there?
That doesn't match
What's that
out.
space?
Why am I only getting $24?
Yeah, that's not right. So anyway,
I wanted $240.
You guys got to be careful, but you need to be so careful that you can't blame anyone. You have to be responsible. Really, you just got to be responsible. So, sometimes life is a kick in the nuts. Okay. Speaking of that, by the way, did you hear about the little poison attack, the poison thing with Solana?
I didn't hear about this.
Okay, so the Solana wallet was exploited in what they think is the first case of an AI poisoning attack.
Ooh.
One user, and now it wasn't a big amount of money, and also they're targeting meme coin traders. But don't think that they won't target other people. But why are they targeting? Anybody want to know why they're targeting meme coin traders? Brandon, you wanna take a stab at that?
Because they're idiots.
They're idiots, man. It is what it is. They're the dumbest in finance. But anyway, one user lost $2,500 due to a flawed API link to a wallet that stole multiple meme tokens, Solana and USDC. The exploit happened because an AI-generated code for Solana meme token bots turned out to contain a backdoor to steal private keys. The source of the malicious code is most probably a collection of still active repositories that poison ChatGPT's ability to create safe meme token sniping bots. Whew. So essentially, this is a method of injecting malicious links. There's a bunch more of these. That's one of the things that was people were panicking. Oh my God, they're injecting. Dude, when you download apps, I don't download apps, man. But when you do, that's when you're at risk because you're just letting them give them the keys to the castle. And this is why you don't do crypto on your cell phone. Also, don't give them the keys to the city, man. So it appears even in to AI chat. So in this case, this AI bot proposed scam API services, which led to user losses. A user discovered that ChatGPT is not as security conscious as they had hoped, especially with crypto links. When they tried to create a simple crypto app, a token bumper for pump.fun, which again, these are idiots, but the API link that ChatGPT provided was contaminated and led to an immediate loss. So it seems like this was just code that they shouldn't have trusted. Because why? Well, because if you're spitting out meme coins, you're not doing code audits. An audit? What's that? That's what my dad had. And then we got poor. The token bumper connected to the flawed API. It ended up demanding the wallet's private keys and then siphoning all of its assets. The incident serves as a timely reminder that artificial intelligence tools are not entirely reliable when it comes to web security and people of below average intelligence. I added that last part. The fake API site has been busy with siphoning Solana from multiple wallets. The destination of the exploiter has already performed 281 transactions. While most of the sums were relatively small, all the wallets used were compromised. Rumors of AI poisoning attacks have been around for a while, but the recent attack is the first time that a complete exploit has occurred in the crypto space, predominantly against meme coin traders, in parentheses, the dumbest people on the planet. The founder of Slow Mist on-chain security firm collaborated the story, stating that most probable explanation was that the user was playing around with AI without verifying any code. There were no code audits. There were no code checks. They were just making and pasting. Oh, the end product was a functional bot with a carefully disguised backdoor. So, yeah. And then also, there's a lot of these fake Solana API attacks that are just that. Apparently, I mean, you go for the low hanging fruit, right? Well, if you're looking for people to siphon off money, go after the meme coin traders, I guess is what the thing is. So the exploiter used the API link to steal some of the latest meme tokens and store them in a identified known wallet. The haul included USDC, Solana, Eliza, Chill Girl, and AI16Z. The site also acted extremely fast after each connection. It's unknown who else made the call to the fake API site, which made its way to into OpenAI's data. One possible explanation is that ChatGPT accessed Python code from multiple repositories, which could be used to contaminate its available data. So basically, people were injecting fake data so that bad code will be spit out there. And if you had enough fake data in there, ChatGPT is just saying, well, this is the data. So I'm guessing it's a lookup engine. So it's not doing code audits. So it looks and goes, okay, well, that's what the most likely answer is. Here's the most likely answer. And that was primed with bad code. So there you go. Don't be a meme coin trader. Don't use Sketch, Solana meme coin apps. Don't do crypto on your phone, and don't be an idiot. But these kinds of scams are going to get more clever. And I think maybe people should really consider taking anything crypto off of their phones. I mean, just everything. It's just, we're on our phones so often. We're looking at videos, we're watching this, we're watching that, we're clicking stuff, we're listening text messages and all that. It's too risky. Just too risky. What do you think, Brandon? Crypto on your phone?
Oh, I don't do any crypto on my phone. I finally got rid of all my my Cosmos Station Fetch, and that was my last of my phone ever now.
Yeah.
Sorry. I mean, I just don't. I think a phone is a too easy of an access point.
And you do too much, and you're not always at the ready.
Yeah,
You're not always prepared.
you get malware on your phone. You can get spyware on your phone. It's just easier. There's more safeguards. Like my PC, I can unplug the Ethernet cable and be done because I don't use Wi-Fi on my PC even,
Yeah.
Like anything, it's just easier to safeguard against a few things.
Okay, another interesting, now this is a separate thing. This is kind of a little bit interesting. So we kept saying graph token. Does it make sense to hold graph? So I don't know if you saw about this, the GRC20, the knowledge graph standard. Did you hear about this, Brandon?
No.
Oh,
up today, didn't you?
Might be a reason to hold this piece of shit. Anyway,
I'm too anxiety stricken.
Yeah, no. Well, hold on. Let me put some other music since you guys are all so depressed. Let's put some like.
Oh.
How about Sunset Beach? Would that be nice?
I depressed everybody.
Here we go. Sunset Beach, guys.
Yay.
And gals. Okay. Graph just recently introduced what's called GRC20, the data standard. It's designed to redefine how information is structured, shared, and connected across multiple dApps in the Web3 ecosystem. Key features. Does that sound loud? Hold on.
Yeah.
It sounds loud.
Yeah, it's loud.
Sunset Beach is loud.
I'm good with it, though. Whatever.
Okay, I'm going to quiet down Sunset Beach. I like being on the beach, but anyway. The key features of GRC20 include interoperability, allowing seamless token exchanges across various blockchain networks, which I like. Enhanced security with advanced protocols and flexibility. GRC20 standard is expected, now they're using some words, to revolutionize the Web3 landscape by providing a robust framework for token creation and management. Token creation. That's what I thought was interesting. So everybody's jumping on the layer 2 bandwagon. Everybody. Now, this is something we'll talk about behind the wall. I'm going to read a little bit more, but does this mean maybe we hold off? Maybe the graph starts to look more like an investment depending on how this rolls out. I'm just going to throw that out there. We'll talk about it behind the wall. But anyway, for those of you guys that don't know, Graph is a decentralized indexing tool. Okay, it's similar to Google for blockchains, and this latest GRC20 data standard thing is designed to redefine how information is structured, shared, connected across dApps. I guess it'll be a place where you can launch a bunch of tokens, but the main things are interoperability, security, and flexibility. So on the interoperability side, one of the standard features of GRC20 is that it has the capability to allow tokens to be created using this GRC20 standard to be seamlessly exchanged across various blockchain networks without compatibility issues, which
that's cool. That's cool.
That is cool. If you're building something and you can just, that's pretty awesome. If again, I don't know, I'm not technically wise enough to look to pull the skirt up and know what am I looking at, a tranny? What am I looking at? But anyway, this cross-platform functionality could be a game changer for developers and businesses looking to expand their reach into the decentralized world. On the security side, the idea is to incorporate advanced security protocols to ensure protection against unauthorized transactions and cyber threats. By providing secure and transparent transactions, GRC20 instills greater confidence in users and stakeholders. Okay, maybe that's just a bunch of word soup. Flexibility and customization. GRC20 offers flexibility options and customization options for developers, allowing them to create tokens with unique characteristics tailored to specific business needs. Okay, that's everybody. This adaptability makes it an attractive option for companies looking to innovate and create bespoke solutions within. Okay, again, that applies to everyone. That's all of crypto does that. Why does this matter for Web3? They believe it is a critical step for advancing Web3 by providing this framework for token creation and management, multi-chain token creation and management with heightened security. I guess as if you were to boil it down, that's about it. This new standard replaces the Resource Description Framework, RDF, which was previously used for data representation but proved inadequate for Web3 due to various technical reasons. So the GRC20 data standard, introduced by the Graph, well, we'll see. I think this is a developer tool again, but if it made it easier to launch an asset across multiple chains, well, that would be interesting. What do you think, Brandon?
That's like the golden goose, I think.
If they can,
that's what I think. Yeah, that's what they're all working towards. You know,
if it is what it is. But you can imagine a GRC20. Again, I'm just talking out of my butthole because I don't know technically what's going on. This is one of their press pieces, but you know, can you imagine a GRC20 version of MetaMask where you don't have to switch networks or anything? You just have all your stuff right there.
Oh, beautiful.
And you just move it. And there's no, I mean, that would make bridging, well, that would be, if something like that was really successful, that almost makes companies that are purely bridges a moot point, doesn't it?
Yep. Yeah, then it's just a transaction.
Yeah, it's just a transaction. It happens underneath the surface. So that's interesting to me. Final thing would be, before we'll go behind the wall, you guys know this, the courts struck down the SEC broker-dealer rule in a landmark decision, and some people were saying this is probably why Gary Gensler finally just said, I'm out on the 20th. Because this was a slap right across his face. And so anyway, a federal judge's decision to overturn the SEC broker-dealer rule marks a significant legal win for the cryptocurrency industry. A federal judge's ruling to overturn the SEC broker-dealer rule, which sought to expand the definition of dealer to include large liquidity providers and automated market makers, marks a significant legal challenge to the SEC's regulatory approach. This development, combined with the upcoming departure of SEC Chair Gary "Punch Me in the Face" Gensler on January 20th of 2025, as pro-crypto President-elect Donald Trump takes office, signals a potential shift in the regulatory landscape. The industry is now looking toward a future where a clearer and potentially more balanced framework may emerge, fostering innovation while addressing compliance concerns. On this, I thought Uniswap and well, obviously Consensus, because they manage MetaMask, but I thought Uniswap would be up 50% on this news, because that's it. There's the Wells notice crumbles when this thing goes away, mostly. Because that was the whole thing, is they had to use this wide brush to paint them as a broker-dealer. And then say, well, now that you're a broker-dealer, like, broker-dealer, what are you talking about? This is a decentralized. No. They were trying to make it where every DEX would somehow be a broker. And they're like, how's a piece of software? Come on, man. Anyway, it was a pivotal win for the crypto industry. A federal judge has invalidated their broker-dealer rule, which, by the way, a bunch of congressmen and senators had stepped forward and said the creation of that rule was illegal. It was kind of violating the whole purpose of the separation of the authorities, legislative, executive, judicial. And SEC is not a rule-making body. But what the SEC did is they started with Gary, made over a succession of these rules which built upon each other. And so he basically became his own legislator. I am the law. Well, guess what, bitch? You're not the law, and you are not the captain now. And so here we go. Anyway, the decision was delivered by U.S. District Judge Reed O'Connor. It marks a significant legal setback for the SEC and its regulatory ambitions. But Gary doesn't care, because Gary's on his way out. I think Gary's just watching his whole house of bullshit crumble. I still don't know why XRP thinks they're getting out of jail for free. They still have to pay a fine. They're still going to sell those tokens on the market to the same assholes buying this token. It is mind-boggling, but I'm going to leave it at that. It is mind-boggling how stupid this community is. But you know what? You know what they'll say? I ain't hating them gains, though. And you know, they're right.
They are right.
They're right.
Hey, they deserve it. They've been holding on for 47 years. Yeah,
they missed 2 bull markets. They deserve one.
They missed a 3,600% on Solana because they stayed in XRP, so they're good. They can handle it.
Solana either, though.
Yeah, but they also missed a 400% run in Bitcoin and a 300% run in Ethereum
and everything. I got over 100x on. I was over 100x at a point with Cardano.
Yeah, they're fine. They can get their 2x. I think they deserve it.
Yep.
2x over 20 years or whatever they've held.
Yeah, the court concludes that the SEC exceeded its statutory authority by enacting such a broad definition of dealer untethered from the text, history, structure, and reality of the Exchange Act. This statement echoed longstanding concerns voiced by critics who argued that the new definition of dealer lacked a clear legal basis and disproportionately targeted decentralized cryptocurrency platforms. There's more, but it's not important. What's important is this mother trucker got struck down. Now, the SEC has the option to appeal to the Fifth Circuit, but I don't see, unless Gary is a new kind of piece of shit, he's not going to appeal a bunch of cases, create a bunch of legal quagmire, and then walk on the 20th of January. And this is Gary just saying, you can't fire me, I quit. That's all this is. Gary should have, the minute Trump won, Gary should have resigned. Like that night, Tuesday night, Gary should have resigned. But he is such a smug, self-important, prideful, hubris-filled piece of shit that he's like, you can take the reins of the SEC out of my cold, dead, tiny man hand. And I guess we will on the 20th of January. Anyway, God, it would have been great to see him get fired. Anyway, so that's kind of cool. So I guess the thing of the day is be careful. Everybody wants to steal all your shit all the time, including Gary Gensler. And I love, by the way, Brandon, did you hear in his farewell speech how he said, look at all the work we've done to protect like the retail investor and all this? He forgets that he had meetings with Celsius and then they crashed, protected no one. He had meetings with Sam Bankman Bank Run Fried Chicken fraud run, didn't disclose it until afterwards, crashed billions. He knew about the situation with Three Arrows. He knew about the situation with Luna because a bunch of technical people had told him these algorithmic stable coins are a scam. He knew all these things. That's almost 60 billion right there. Oh, but what? He went after Libri and a couple other coins, and then file Wells notices against Coinbase. Gary Gensler, go fuck yourself. Little punchy face fuck. Anyway, that's all I got. I didn't really have a rant, so I felt like Gary gives me a free rant whenever I need one.
Good for Gary. I
hope
know.
That guy's a landscaper, and I hope he's mowing the yard, and I'm like, get off my lawn.
Yeah, he could have saved face a little bit had he quit the day that he got elected, and he still didn't do that. So he's now worse.
Listen, dude, if he was smart, he could reinvent himself. He has a month and a half to do a mea culpa. He ought to go out and he ought to say, I took some time. I looked at what happened with the election. I realized that I am focused on different things than the people are focused on. And I'm going to do my best in these last 2 months to undo some of the potential confusion I may have accidentally created. And go out and unfuck all of the things that he fucked. And I'm telling you, people would go, oh, that's what an idiot. But after about 2 months of undoing all this bullshit, he wouldn't look like such a bad guy. You'd be like, hey, look, man, he realized he screwed up. He changed his ways. Then he would build himself a potential for a career after this exit. Because right now he has nothing. I don't know that even any college is going to take his sorry ass.
As a professor.
He ain't going back. He's not going back to MIT.
That's for sure.
He's done.
Is MIT woke enough to take him though? Maybe.
No, they're not that woke.
Okay.
Remember, because they think. They actually think.
Did you see the Jaguar ad?
No.
No. Okay. Never mind. Don't watch it. It's like they forgot that President Trump got elected.
Oh, really?
I think they designed the ad like before Trump got elected, and they were expecting a Kamala win, and then they still released the ad anyway.
Oh no.
Oh, they got beat. Oh, just go watch the ad on X and then look at the comments.
I'll tell you something about, before we go behind the wall, Jaguars are pieces of garbage.
Well, now their stock dropped 10% on the ad release. Like everything, they just screwed up.
Oh, let me tell you. Oh, and real quick, we're gonna talk about this too. Finally, people are looking at MicroStrategy for what it is. Yes, it's a year and a half late.
No, that's not. Well, we could talk.
Well, they got nuked for 16% yesterday.
Yeah, you know why?
Yeah, because
Michael Saylor sold all his stupid shares like he said he was going to.
Well, yeah,
that's the thing. That's the at the market sell. They're like, well, we're going to go to market and sell shares to buy more Bitcoin.
Well, right. But Andrew Left shorted it before that happened. So basically, he came out. Yeah, Citron Capital. Well, I guess it's a combination of everything.
Yeah.
So a bunch of people came forward and just said, like, enough is enough. There was also an article on Blockworks that Byron Gilliam did, which just basically said that it's all financial engineering. It's all, and it's not real financial engineering. It's fake engineering. He said he equated what Michael Saylor is doing to a Dogecoin ETF. He's like, it's just a bridge too far. And at some point, people come in and say, wait, why is your company trading at 3 times NAV? Right? Like why is your company worth 3 times the Bitcoin you own if all you do is buy Bitcoin? And someone's like, that is a good question. This does.
I love that question. Great question.
So, God, I hope they tar and feather that guy. Ugh.
Yeah.
All right. Should we get behind the wall?
Yeah.
All right. Let's get behind that wall then. We'll do right here. And I guess we're going to talk about where will Bitcoin stop running, or is there a pullback in the cards? But we're not going to do that public facing. There might be some investment ideas sewn in there.
Nice.
You know.
Yay.
Yeah.
Going behind the proverbial wall now to continue the broadcast privately for the digital investors and digital private clients. If you'd like to join us, simply go to nickblacknext.com and subscribe to one of our plans and immediately take advantage of our library of tools, tactics, and information. It's all designed to help you learn, grow and manage your portfolio like a pro, join us now.